say, yeah. Say, yeah.
Alright, so recently there was this YouTuber that's been getting a lot of flack. His name's Keemstar. I'm not a big fan of him. I'm not, people like him, but I'm not a big fan of him.
What does he do?
He's a drama channel. He just talks about people. But there was some controversy. I think he's a little bit older than me. He's like in his 30s. He's 30 something. I don't know. His age isn't important, but I think he's dating a 20-year-old.
Oh, he's like 39, I think.
39, dating a 20-year-old. And there's a YouTuber, what's her name? Not Eva. I don't fucking know her. Trisha. Yeah. So, her and maybe some others have been...
Wait, was it Trisha, the one from Frenemies?
Yes. So, yeah. Calling him out for dating a 20-year-old. Now, is the age gap big? Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it was what, 39, you said?
39. Yeah.
39 and 20. So, yeah, the age gap
That's what Trisha said.
Yeah, so the age gap is...
19 years.
19 years, almost 20 years. Is it a big age gap? Undeniable. Is it wrong? No. It's legal, 100% legal. Her argument too is she wants to be the legal age to be 25. That girl's just
For
weird.
consent.
So we're not even going to talk about how dumb that statement is. We're just going to talk about us. We're going to talk about us. Now, is she 19 years younger than me? No. Would I think it's weird if a 29 or a 39-year-old dating a 20-year-old? To me, no. Because me and her, I am 32 years old. She is 23. Right. Next month, you'll be 23. She'll be 23 September 19th.
We've been together this long. You don't know how old I am.
Yes, I've been telling people you're 23. I be forgetting.
Sometimes I think in my head I'm already 23.
Sometimes you be thinking you older. Sometimes I be thinking I'm younger. I was like, I'm 31. Wait a minute, I'm 32. Sometimes
I have to
be
think
forgetting.
in my head like, wait, no, I'm not 23 yet.
So yes, we have a 9-year age gap. We've been dating since she was 18 years old, and it hasn't really been that much of a struggle because I'm grown. My mother's just like, you're grown, do whatever. It was kind of a struggle with her family, but
Fair enough.
we were friends before we were dating anyway. We had conversations. To me, there should be a cap on it, and I think 18's fair. But maturity at the end of the day is really what makes a relationship. Like I said, I've dated women that are older than me, that are not as mature. I feel like that, to my standards, and I'm not very immature. But, if I'm calling you immature, there's a problem. But I've dated girls my age, and I've dated girls younger, and I've dated girls older. At the end of the day, I feel like relationships evolve around maturity. I've dated a lot of girls that, no matter what the age length, I've customized in my mind what I've wanted. Age was never a thing. It's just, legally was always a thing. Like, of course, she's got to be legal. But I know what I don't like, and I know what I do like from past relationships. She ended up having to check every mark that I loved. And her age had nothing to do with, I'm not attracted to younger girls. I'm attracted to girls that make me happy. And she makes me happy. I do feel, sometimes in the beginning, looks, weirdness, judgment, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I had to realize, what? Am I living to make society's expectations happy, or am I living my life to make sure I'm happy? Mm-hmm. Because if I would have just she's too young, maybe I'll wait till she's 25. I would have waited 5 years of sadness. It would have been very depressing.
Well, more like 7.
Yes.
Because of the 18. So,
for sure.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
I would have waited 7 years of being sad and depressed just because society says.
And you would be like...
I'd be older than I am now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the point is, I'd be sad and depressed because society told me that, she's too young. But at the end of the day, why? That's how I feel about it. Maturity is what dictates relationships. We all know people that are, we know parents that are immature for their age. It's ridiculous. So I think it's all about, the maturity level that you're looking for. And I feel like Toddy, and you guys watch this channel, she's very mature. She's very, intelligent, and people probably didn't even know that she was that young, so it's not just me. People see it all the time in my life. They don't even know your age. They know that you're a very mature person for your age. And
even
we're
like
perfect
like
for each
hanging
other.
out with like friends and stuff. They were like, you know, like, people that weren't like super duper close, like work friends or things like that. They'd be like, "Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wouldn't have guessed that." And that was a few years ago.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
But
you know,
no, I agree.
And I don't, and throughout time too, I've always noticed that girls date the older and guys date the younger, and it's because what I said in the beginning.
Because of the maturity thing.
It's the maturity.
There's a gap between guys and girls.
Majority of guys on the average are just, they take longer to mature.
Yeah.
Me included, and I'm talking to all my friends too. I just noticed girls, they mature a little faster than guys. Not all girls. I know a lot of girls that just need to grow the fuck up. You know, it's just, you're too old to be doing the stuff that you're doing. But
yeah.
I think on an average though, I've noticed more girls are more mature for their age. That's why you rarely see guys and girls dating their age range.
And I feel like not only like just like, is that like an innate thing that happens, but I think it's also kind of like girls are like groomed a little bit more to like get on with it, because they're like, you need to get married, you need to have kids, you need to, like, you know, that's stuff that like you're just like, you kind of grow up, whether your parents or whoever has told you that or not. Society is telling you that, you know, you're expected to do XYZ,
that's
you
a
know,
good point.
within a certain amount of time. And for guys, that's not really a thing outside of getting a job.
Do you feel like society has put an expectation on you? Because I agree with
sure.
you. Yes, society is not really put. Society has its expectations about success when it comes to guys. I feel like.
I think it's mostly jobs though.
Jobs and success.
You know, which.
But for girls though, yes, you're right. You know, you have to be this for your husband. You have to, you know, you have to make sure you're a cleaner. You're doing your part and stuff like that. So I do feel, I didn't even think about that from your point of view. That must be really, really stressful.
Yeah. Especially like if you're like someone that's like, well, what if I don't want to do that? You know?
Yeah.
And kudos to all the women that are out there like just being like, you know what, I don't want to do that. Like, you know, what if I don't want to get married? What if I don't want to have kids? What if I want to focus on my career for my whole life? You know, what if I want to keep going to school? Like, why can't I also do those things?
It's getting better
because
and better.
guys can do that. So kudos to all the women that are out there like living exactly the way that they want to, because that is absolutely acceptable and it should be, and no one should down them for that. And
I feel like in the last 10 years, it's been more of a renaissance
a
of females standing up and like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to live to anyone's expectations. I would like to be a boss. Yeah. I would like to.
I want my own company. I want my own money. I want my own house. I want 3 houses.
I want to have sex without judgment.
Yeah,
I want to. It's just, you know, it's a lot of.
I don't have to be in a relationship. Like you know,
I don't need kids. You know, and stuff like that. You know, we're slowly drifting from the 1940s stuff.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's triggering all these incels online. You girls think you could do whatever you want, you know.
And then just people that are like, that are used to that lifestyle and just kind of expecting people to follow suit.
Yeah.
Are like, you're gonna want kids one day, and they're like, can you just like fuck off? Like,
can I live my life?
I'm sorry, if you're not gonna raise them, then I don't think you need to have any say. I do. So
I love watching, not even just in this conversation, but I just love seeing things that are out of the norm and people just not knowing how to react to it. And it's not even evil shit. Like, you know, like we're talking about right now.
Live your life the way you want.
Living your life, and people are like, what? You can't do that.
You can't
be a boss.
Yeah.
And then you just see people just malfunctioning, you know, it's just like the liberals, the fucking BET, you know, it's just trying to find something to blame to why somebody's acting up. You know, maybe they're just tired of doing the same shit
they're
for thousands of years.
They're just not ready for women to take over as well. Because they know that once more women realize, you know what, I can do whatever the fuck I want, that's exactly what's gonna happen. Women are going to run shit.
And I don't understand. I mean, maybe I just don't get it because I'm attracted to stuff like that. Maybe you're not. Maybe guys are not attracted to shit like that.
A lot of guys, and something like with religion, which we would, you know, is just like, you are told that the man is the head of the household.
Submit to your husband.
Submit to your husband. He is the final say. Like, there's no equal partnership there. for a lot of religions and for a lot of couples and families, that's just not the way that it works. It's like whatever the guy says goes. The guy is the one with all the power. The guy is the one that gets to say, this is what happens. This is not going to happen. You can have a job. You can't have a job. You know, all this stuff. And that's really the way people live.
That's religion, and even outside of religion, that's a lot of society's expectations,
exactly.
tradition, and conservative values and shit like that. I'll say this, though. Not everybody's relationship is ours, but this relationship works because we are equal partners. I pay for half things, she pays for half the things. We have, you know, everything's equally say in this relationship. We're partners, we're a team. We're a team. Yeah. I'm not above her, she's not above me.
No, we discuss everything.
We do.
We make decisions together. We, you know, what do you think about this? Do you want to do that?
And from my opinion, from an observer to people that live in relationships that are guys the head of the household, in my opinion, and you know, I can't speak for everybody else, from an observer, I gotta say a lot of these relationships don't look as happy as ours.
Yeah, no, I think
that's just my point.
I totally agree. I think
it
is a happier way to live because you know, you get run down.
Exactly.
You know, like, why am I the one that always has to do the laundry, do the dishes, clean the house, feed the kids, take the kid? You know, like, why am I the one that always has to do that?
Yeah.
And you get to go to work. And then the guy's like, well, why am I the one that's always working 6 days a week? And then I'm tired when I get home, and then she's nagging at me, and, you know, BS stuff like that. It's just like, why can't we just split it?
Exactly.
And, like, you know, have a nice balance where you can manage things instead of feeling overwhelmed.
And it doesn't make you a beta male, you know, dude, fuck that shit. You know, it doesn't make you less of a man, it doesn't make you less than a female if you change any type of role in a relationship.
It makes you more
of
one, in my opinion, because you're not being selfish.
Absolutely.
You know, you're actually being considerate of other people, and to me that's like a huge trait to have. You know? Being able to consider what other people are going through and feeling, and the fact that you need to give a little bit is huge, especially in relationships, and making them actually last and keeping your partner happy. You know?
No, that's just my little advice. Take it or leave it. I don't care. This is what works in our relationship. We're not everybody's relationship. Everything's different. But my opinion, though, relationships should always be a team. There should never be I'm the head of the household. No, I am the king and she is the queen. My son is a prince. The dog is the fucking Joker. You know? Because he's a fucking
Poor
weird
baby.
dog.
She is weird dog.
So that's...
You know, it made me think, you know, in Disenchantment, the little Joker guy, and he's like, dance! And then he just, like, drops the thing, and he, like, sends him, like, every episode, like, into the falls.
That's what it is. That's our house.
Poor baby.
Well, let us know in the comments. What do you guys think of relationships? We kind of went on a tangent about our personal relationship, but I think it was a good conversation that needed to have.
I think we kept it general.
We kept it great. Yeah. But what do you guys think about relationships that have a big age gap? To me, if you're 18 and it's legal, do what you do. I just suggest you choose a partner that's mature, regardless of the age. Just
supposedly,
maturity.
Relationships that do have age gaps, like, I guess statistically, like, they last more than others that don't have age gaps.
I can see that. It's because we're leveling up. It took a couple years for me to level up with a good one. Because I'm immature.
There's that. And I think it also probably has to do with, like, the fact that, like, if you're also, like with someone that's older, you're like, okay, I pretty much know what I'm getting. You know what I mean? And then you probably are like, okay, there's going to be changes and stuff with the person that I am with because they are younger. And you're expecting that, like, you're going into that. I feel like people, when they get together, they're young and they're, like, the same age. They don't realize how much that they're going to change. Yeah. And then they turn around and they're like, oh my God, we're different people. Yeah. Like, you are not the person that I was with. Yeah, you know, and they don't know how to manage that because that's not something that they took into account when they got together in the beginning.
Well, good point on that, too, is, like, I feel like I've taught you a lot of things from my experiences, but even, you know, with our age gap, you teach me things because you're keeping me hip, you're keeping me...
I'm not hip.
I'm just kidding. But you're keeping me kind of like the next generation. Like, you do teach me. You do teach me. You teach me things that I've not known, and there's, like, you know, I feel like I teach you a lot of things when it comes to experience. I think you teach me current things. You know, I think we kind of level our mindset up with different generations, but it's much needed.
It is because
if that
it's
makes
just
any
always
sense.
changing.
It is
So
always
you need
changing.
to be like kind of more like up to date and just aware of
Exactly.
like how other people are thinking and feeling and what
Right.
they're experiencing and just all the changes because it's just constant.
Absolutely. Well, brothers and
It's
sisters,
a good combo.
exactly. We make a great team. I hope everybody finds a good team. And yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, age ain't nothing but a number. After 18, R. Kelly, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You know, but
When you're not keeping a bunch of women and
Exactly.
children in your house.
legally. But yeah, when it comes to that age, at the end of the day, it's maturity. You could find a 50-year-old that has a mindset of a 12-year-old. You know, at the end of the day, you got to fill people out, see where their mindset is. So
You just gotta find the personality you like. Really, is what it's all
Absolutely.
about.
absolutely.
Everything else doesn't matter.
Facts. Much love, peace, and chicken grease.
Help keep the street. This guy's my dad's YouTube channel. Love, peace, and chicken grease.